My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Night of the Creeps. And this movie is directed by Fred Decker, who I'm not a fan of. He directed Robocop 3, which I thought was terrible. He directed The Monster Squad, which I find to be a very overrated movie, very forgettable. But I've heard such good things about this movie. I've heard it's weird and funny, so I was still expecting to love this movie, and I didn't. But let's begin by talking about the cast. And Jason Lively does a fine job. Like, he's an easy guy to root for, but I wish he had more personality. Steve Marshall is really good, though. He brings plenty of personality to his character, and Jill Whitlow is great. She is so charming and so likable, and she elevates this movie whenever she's on screen. Tom Atkins also does a really good job. He knows exactly what type of movie this is and leans into it completely. And Alan Kaiser is such an over the top douchebag, but he does a good job at playing it. So the cast is a real strength of this movie, and I like how everybody is obviously named after a whole director. Like, there's James Carpenter, there's Cynthia Cronenberg, and it's just so obvious, but I kind of dug it at the same time. But I like the main friendship here between Chris and JC. I like the romance between Chris and Cynthia. I like the fact that the two main characters get picked on. And I like the fact that this movie begins with someone going out into the woods to investigate something strange that has landed. Like, this movie is filled with cliches, but that is a very good thing. I do think this movie has some decent practical effects, and I do like the production design. There's one room that is filled with flashing lights and big buttons, and it works for me. So, this movie does have some B movie charm, like, no doubt about it. But I just wanted more from this movie. Like, it has funny moments, but not enough. It has weird and goofy moments, but not enough. And it's never scary or tense. So, like, I was watching this movie and I kept waiting for it to get great, and that moment just never came. It's just a pretty mediocre movie across the board. It never gets as exciting as you would want it to, and I know some people might say it's unfair for me to say this, but this movie is about alien slugs that go inside people's brains and take them over. So I feel like the comparisons to Slither are inevitable, and Slither is just a much better movie in every way. Like, you got the same plot, but that movie is funnier. It is scarier. It's more gross. So this movie just feels so tame in comparison. So if I ever want to watch an alien slug movie, I'm always going to pick Slither over this one. So I don't know if I'd ever go back to it again. Like I said, it has its B movie charm. I think this movie has its moments, and I like the cliches. But it just needed more craziness. It needed more humor. It needed more entertainment. So It's not a bad movie, but I wasn't too big on it, so I'll give Night of the Creeps a 5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Night of the Creeps? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.